Peek-a-boo. Ooh, I feel like a gold mask coming on. Whew. I sure do. Hello, hello, Marsha Holland. Come see what the heck I'm doing. Hi, Judy. Judy. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Cha-Cha. I need to know how to pronounce A-C-A-I. I've heard it many, many, many ways, and I heard it a different way today, and I can't even remember now how she said it. Acia, K-I. How do you say A-C-A-I? It's that berry from Brazil. I wonder if Google could tell me how to pronounce. Let's see. How do you pronounce? Yeah. Let's see if Google will tell us. Hey, hey, hey. You just cleaned your face? Well, I'm going to do something a little different. I wash my face so much with our good cleansers. Today I'm going to show you what my micellar lotion can do. I'm going to do all that before I do the gold mask. I'm going to do the gold mask. Hey there, hey there. Okay, let's see if Google can tell me how to pronounce this. A-C-A-I. How do you pronounce? Why didn't you do that? Okay. Acai. What? Okay. Where is it? Where's the microphone? Acai. 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 Listen.
Acai.
Acai. Acai. Okay. Acai. Acai. That is a beautiful berry from Brazil. And it's full of vitamins, antioxidants. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Raya, Elizabeth, Angie. Hello, girl. I'm waiting on you. It has vitamins and minerals. It's anti-aging. It is got nutrients, fatty acids, all that good stuff. And guess what? It's right in this gold mask that I'm going to do tonight. Anti-aging always catches my eye, you know? I guess I better take my little eyelashes off, huh? Woo! I have not taken any of my makeup off yet. Hang on. Eyelashes are sticking to me. Okay, this is just a little face wipe. It's from Simple. It's from, I want to say Garnier. I don't have my glasses on now. Anyway, it's micellar wipes. I believe in micellar, guys. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take all my makeup off with a couple of wipes first. I should leave my eyes on at least because I look like a ghost. I just felt like I saw it. I was on a Zoom training today about our mask, our different mask. The gold mask was one of them, of course. We have several. And I thought, you know what? I think it's time. I need a mask. You need to mask once or twice a week. Our masks run like retail $14.90. And they're pretty good sized tubes too. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Normally I have my cleanser. I have, I got the charcoal cleanser, the gel cleanser in the bathroom. I have my Age Reverses in my shower. And then of course, I have my Rose face wash right there at the bathroom sink. So I just rotate, guys. Charcoal is excellent for big pores. It's like a detoxing type wash, face wash. Of course, anything I use is going to be anti-aging. Okay. Did I get most of the eye makeup off? You really do. On some of these products, you really do. They're long lasting. Yeah, they're long lasting, and so you want to use good stuff to get it off with. I am a micellar fan. I believe it is fantastic. This is so reasonable too. www.acting. What am I saying? I am tired. www.marshaholland.com. All right, here I just put some on this, and this has like positive negative effect, and I can't remember if the skin is negative or positive. I can't remember. Whatever it is, the micellar is the opposite, and it acts like a magnet, and it draws out stuff like that's below the surface. I mean, you may think you're getting your skin clean, but micellar, I use it all the time. Micellar gets underneath the skin. And it's just a great finalization of getting garbage off your face. And it's refreshing too. Whew. So refreshing. I don't know if you can even tell, but it's kind of brownish. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to kind of let that dry for a sec, and then we're going to do our gold mask today. I got choices. I did the sleeping mask the other night. That was cool. I didn't even want to wash that off. You put that on, and you put all your skincare on, and then you put that on top of it, and you sleep in it. And then the next day, you just splash warm water on your face and get it all up. Thank you, Tammy Lynn. I love you watching me too. Hi, Monica. Yocasta. Yocasta has got the most. Are you a what do we call it? An expert on making videos and advertising and stuff like that? What do I want to call that? Because you do some gorgeous stuff. Hello, everybody. Hi, Diana, Amanda, Nada, Lynn. Hello, hello, hello. Cindy. Aloha. Hi, Jennifer. Ooh, I'm tired. We're going to perk up here in just a minute, though. Okay. Here it is. This is the, what did I say it was? I've already forgot. ASEA or something like that. Gold Mask has the ASEA complex in here. It's nourishing, it's soothing, it's full of antioxidants. That's what I was going to tell you is the antioxidants. It has flavonoids in there, vitamin A, vitamin C, B vitamins in it. I'm talking about the ASEA. I can say it again. The berry that I'm talking about. Look. Where are we? That word right there. ACAI. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's also got some minerals. It has calcium in it, magnesium and zinc and copper in that little berry. That tiny little berry is from Brazil, the Amazon area. Oh my gosh. Hello, hello. Girl, Tammy Lynn, no, I'm on days. That's why you're not seeing me as much. Because, I don't know which is worse. I have to get up at 5 a.m. Yeah. I have to get up at 5 a.m. That's rough. And by the time I do good until I get home. Once I get home, let me tell you what. If I don't sit down, I'm good. Now you put this on, you put a generous amount on, because this is a peel off. But if I sit down, stick a fork in me because I'm done. But as long as I stay moving, you know, it's okay. Yeah, so we're going to put this mask on with all these yummy berries, whatever your name is. It's a big tube too. Keep it away from your eyes, of course. And I have a hairband on because if you get it in your hair, it's going to pull. It's going to pull. This company has been so fun. I'm about to word vomit on you again, and I apologize, but I can't help it. I just can't. Ooh. Got close there for a second. I just can't help it. I just don't understand how they can be so good. I just don't. I don't understand how they can be so great. It just goes to show you, you know, all these other companies out there, they are making a killing off of us. Pharmacy is being so fair. They're being so gracious. I mean, they're a wealthy company, and they're not cheating us. I mean, it's just like 50% off. I get 50% off anything you see in my catalog or on my website. I get 50% off. 50. And you could too, just for 20 bucks. That's all they require for you to join, and you get 50% off, and you get a free website, no fees. I'm supposed to be talking about this. I just can't help it. And it's so relieving. I mean, I've been in other companies, good companies that have good products, but I was kind of hard to make sales because, you know, people, we're hard-working folks. We're not up on the people I know. We're not rich. We're making it from payday to payday and feeding our families and, you know, living from day to day, working our rear ends off. And to try to get somebody to pay $40 for something they could get for $10, good Lord. It's just like, I can't believe it. Don't word vomit, Marsha. I tell myself that every time before I start a video. Every time I say, don't do it. Stick to your plan. I can't. Woo. Okay. This ought to be thick enough, huh? I feel it getting a wee bit tight. Nothing hurts. Don't be scared. I'd love to lift that bag up, right? We will visit in just a second. Think that's enough? I don't know. Supposed to wait about 30 minutes, and then you can let it dry, and then you peel it off. And then what do you have? You've got renewed skin, brand new. I know every time I mask, I think, oh my gosh, I wish my face would just stay like that. You know, it's like a whole new thing. But what happens is all the environmental junk that we are exposed to, our skin soaks it up. And so you need to help that largest, it's the largest organ that we have. I'm not going to put this on my neck. You can though, but I'm not going to put it on my neck. Make sure I don't get that in my eye. Ugh. So what time is it? Oh, I can't put my glasses on. Somebody tell me, what time is it? What time is it? I can't see what time it is. 30 minutes I gotta wait. Somebody tell me what time I need to take this off. What time? Probably should let that dry on my hand and peel my hand off, right? That would make my skin on my hand feel good too. Oh well. Oh, well. Oh, gosh. I love working days, though, I tell you. It's the land of the living. I always felt like I never was in the land of the living when I worked nights. Y'all worked nights for 16 years. Let me see. It is. Do you think I can see that? It's 6:40 here. 9:15. Sharon, you're Oklahoma. You're the same as me, right? I got 8:43. 8:40. Sharon, where are you, girl? Look at your clock. Is my computer wrong? My computer says 8:43. Where are you, Sharon? Take it off. Gotcha. Gotcha. Sheila, where are you? We're at 6:40. Where are you? Back east? Or would that be west? I'm not good with time. Of course I've got some new stuff coming. Of course I've got some new stuff coming. Of course. I'll put this on so thick, it may have to be longer than that. Anybody have any questions? Shoot, I can't see. This is too sticky. Let me look. Take it off at 9. My clock says 8:45. You're right. Chicago. Chicago is 2 hours difference? Huh. Chicago. Oh, I'd be scared to live in Chicago, Sheila. Oh, I'd be scared. That's a big city. Big city. Yeah. I'm not a big city girl. You are 9:45. Where are you, Tammy? I'm a real person, guys. Found out that I do have some cataracts, which might explain why my eyesight has certainly gotten worse this year. And you know what that doctor said, stinking on it? It's normal for your age. I hate it when they say that. Stop it. Well, I'm not going to have surgery, not just yet anyway, because I've just started my new position, you know, and all that kind of stuff. You don't just take off for surgery right after you start a new position. Same company, but different shift and different job responsibilities. But I have, in this eye, I have what you call a retinal ripple. Retinal ripple. And that sounds pretty scary, I thought. He showed me a diagram, and it looks scary because it means somehow or another my retina, the diagram he showed me, it was supposed to be look like that, but mine goes like that. And I can't have cataract surgery till I get that fixed, and I'm too scared to get that fixed. And I thought to myself, if it's not going to make me go blind or anything like that, if it's not hazardous, then I think I'll just leave it alone. You have to keep your eyes open when they do surgery. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I've had my hip replaced 3 times, but they knock you out for that. So, you know, oh no. I don't like messing with my eyes. I don't even wear contact lenses. You know, I can't wear contacts because I have astigmatism, but still, I wouldn't if I could. I poked my eye a long time ago, and I had to have, hi Peggy, baby. You did the marine mask. Yes, I love that one. I've done that one too. Ontario. What's it doing up there? Is it snowing yet? Do you know, somebody told me it was supposed to be 100 degrees this weekend. Ugh. Mosquitoes are eating me alive. 3 times for the hip. Yes. That's a whole new story. You want to hear it while we're waiting for my mask to dry? I'm a pretty special person, I think. God's probably got things. I hadn't quite figured out what he wants me to do. I better hurry up and figure it out, hadn't I? I'm 72. When I was 3 months old, I'm the baby of 5 kids. Do y'all want to hear this? Maybe I better ask first. I better ask. 102? Oh, Lord. Sharon. Oh, mercy. Hi, Claudia. You're probably thinking, holy moly, what's that crazy woman doing? I'm blind as a bat, can't see without my glasses, so now I got sticky stuff on my face, and I don't want to get my glasses messed up, see? So I'm using my magnifying glass that I can barely see. I have quite the history. God has left me on this earth for some reason. Hello. Uh-oh, my daughter's home. She went to the beauty shop, and I bet she comes in blonde. She was going to do something. I just want to do a little bit of something to cover the gray. I bet you anything she comes in here blonde. What do you want to bet? Okay. That's 3 yeses. I'll go ahead and tell you. All right. I'm the baby of 5 children. And my brother is like 6 years older than me. The one next to me is about 6 years older than me. So I was kind of like an only kid for a long time. Sort of. But when I was 3 months old, I got a cold. And so Mom had to take me. The neighbor said, you better take her to the doctor. It was the year, now listen, it was the year the thermometer was invented, right? It was the year the thermometer was invented, and so my daddy, they borrowed it from the neighbor, took my temperature, and of course I had fever, right? So what do you do when your baby has fever? You take them to the doctor, right? So they took me to the doctor, only my regular pediatrician was out of town, so they just took me to this clinic place. Well, I got a shot, but the ignoramus lady, I shouldn't say that, did not, back in my days when I was a baby, they sterilized needles. You didn't have throwaways. I mean, everything had to be washed and sterilized. And this lady didn't sterilize a needle, and she gave me a shot after she had just given a patient there in their clinic that had gangrene. She gave him a shot and then turned around and didn't sterilize the needle and gave me a shot. And so I got gangrene in my left leg. Of course, being 3 months old, I mean, I had swelled up like a puffer fish. Doctors told my parents that I was probably going to die, wasn't going to make it because I was already just full of infection. Of course, my mama's little church was out in the hallway in the hospital just praying like crazy, you know, and I firmly believe God saved. I mean, there's no other explanation, really. There really isn't. So they're going to, back in those days, how they treated gangrene was pretty horrid. They usually just amputated the area. So anyway, that's what they were going to do. The doctors had said, she's probably not going to make it, but we need to try to do something, get rid of that infection. So the only thing to do is to amputate her leg. So, you know, how horrible. And so I'm so glad I don't remember any of it. That's a blessing. So anyway, but all of a sudden this young doctor, he comes in on the case, and he had an idea. He says, why don't we just see what happens? The baby's going to die anyway, so let's just remove that leg bone that's rotted and see what happens. So they cut me from here to here. I mean, I am cut open. I got a scar that long, you know. And they removed the decayed bone. And so I didn't die, obviously. But it was long and hard. I had 2 or 3 surgeries back then. Bone slivers kept coming through. And you know, back in those days, I don't know if that's still true or not, but back then they did not sew up gangrene incisions. They had to heal on their own for fear of infecting and starting it all over again or something like that. They may do it different now. But so my mama, she had to open up that leg every day and put clean gauze, and I don't know how she did it. But this is why I'm so overweight. Let me tell you, I swear this is why I'm so overweight. They always said God gave me a good appetite back then, and that's how come I survived. Because the doctor said, well, she's eating, so that's a good sign. So Mama would get ready to get all that, you know, stuff on my leg and everything, and she'd fix me a big bottle. And she said she'd give me that bottle, and she'd start working on my leg. And she said, big puppy tears would come out of my eyes, and I'd hang on to that bottle. So I've been doing that ever since. That's all I do is eat, eat, eat. Yeah, but it saved my life back in those days. So I didn't have any trouble. My leg, of course, was 2 inches shorter than the other. And, of course, had to wear horrible, ugly, built-up shoes back in the early 50s. They didn't have design or anything back in those days. So it was an ugly shoe. Hang on. Come on in here, girl. And so I wore that stupid shoe until I got in junior high. And you know how kids are. They're mean. They're ugly. And so they'd make fun of my shoes. So I came home crying one day and I said, Mom, I'm not wearing those ugly shoes anymore. Yes, you are. You have to. Because it was keeping me even, you know. And they were thinking about my back because I had a little scoliosis because of all that junk. So I said, no, I'm not. I'll learn how to walk. So I learned how to walk on my tippy toe. Well, nobody even knew I had anything wrong because I could walk normal. And I had to walk on the ball of my foot. Even today, my left heel is smaller than my right heel because I never used it. You know, I walked on the ball of my foot. So anyway, I was fast forward into after I had 2 babies. I was in my early 20s, mid-20s, and I started having leg aches. Well, they all thought something was wrong with my leg again. You know, I did too. And I go to the doctor and kind of find out my hip had decayed. It was completely gone. I wouldn't have ever guessed it was my hip. I thought it would be my thigh bone or something, you know. So they said I was too young to have my hip replaced. So I had a corrective surgery, which I lived on morphine for 2 weeks. I thought I was going to die. And they said, well, if you think this hurts, wait till you have your hip replaced. Well, you know, of course, by the time I got ready to have my first hip replacement in my late 20s, I had hives all over me because I didn't know what to expect. It was nothing compared to what I went through. Yeah, I went down there. I went down on a Sunday. They ran tests on Monday. I had the surgery on Tuesday. I was walking on Friday. I couldn't believe it. First time in years that I wasn't hurting. Well, that hip lasted 16 years. And I lost it. I got pregnant again when I was 33 with my son. And I gained 60 pounds. There's that weight again. I gained 60 pounds. Well, of course, it was too much weight for my hip, and the hip just gave way. It was just too much for it. But I didn't have it replaced right away because my son was only in kindergarten. So anyway, I walked around, hobbled around with that for a while, using a cane and all that beautiful stuff. And finally, I got to where I just couldn't take it anymore. So I found another surgeon, but I had to go to Dallas this time. First one was in Houston. Second one was in Dallas. Well, I get up there. I tried to have it here at home. But 2 weeks before my surgery, the doctor called and he says, you know, I think you better go to Dallas. I think this is a little more than I'm used to doing. And I thought, whoa. But I respected him for that. I sure did. So anyway, I got to Dallas. Come to find out, I had to have bone transplants. And I was up there for 10 days. And I couldn't put weight on that thing. I was on crutches for 10 months. I had calluses under my armpits from using crutches. But because I had bone transplants, that bone had to have a chance to, you know, catch on and it worked fine. That one lasted for 26 years. And 2 years ago, you know, I knew something was wrong because I was having pain again. And I knew it was too familiar. Right? So I go to the doctor here at home. Of course, you know, we're in a huge medical area. So I really anticipated and figured I'd get to have it here, you know. Again, he says, you're going to have to go to Dallas. You may end up having to have what they call a pelvic cage. A pelvic cage. Have you ever heard of a pelvic cage? Because I looked it up. I got a picture of it, and it's scary looking. Yeah, it's a metal cage that they encase your hip with. And I thought, oh, great. You know, here we go. So anyway, my daughter drives me up there to Dallas because I am not driving in a big city. So we get to Dallas, and I have the surgery, totally figuring I was going to have that pelvic cage because that's what they prepared me for, but they didn't have to do that. Once they got in there, it wasn't as bad looking as it was on the MRI or I can't remember now what they did. but it wasn't as bad as what it looked like. They just put a bigger ball joint in there. So I already have a stainless steel rod going from my hip to practically my knee. So they were able to salvage that. I didn't have to have that taken out. I don't know how they would take that out, but they were able to save that, and I just got a new total hip. And this one has been actually easier. I won't say it was easy, but easier than the second one. I had the surgery July the 5th, 2 years ago, this last July 5th. And I only had I can't remember now, 6 or 8 weeks time off from work. Well, I had to go back to work because I didn't have no more time off, right? You know how that goes. So I went back the end of September, and they let me come back to work using my cane because I was still on my cane. I'd progressed from the walker to a cane. And so they let me work with my cane, and I was really able to relate to a lot of patients because half my patients would walk in with walkers or canes or whatever, you know. So we felt quite at home with each other. So I finally progressed and got off of that cane, and I've been good ever since. You know, I still have issues. Low back pain, a lot of back pain from being off kilter for so many years, you know. But totally, totally blessed. My mama raised me telling me, be thankful you have a leg, because you came real close to not having a leg. Because when I'd kind of whine or feel sorry for myself, you know, when I was a teenager, because I couldn't wear short shorts like everybody was wearing, and thank goodness anyway now, but back then it was a big deal. Couldn't do this, couldn't do that, you know. And so I've always been very thankful, because I could very, very well either not be here, number one, or number two, I could be minus a leg. I mean, I was just like probably minutes from not having a leg. Still kind of tacky. So that's that story. This one, my first hip lasted 15 years. Second one lasted 26 years. And this one's 2 years. And I hope I don't ever have to have it done again. Yeah, because I'm going to run out of bone. That's one thing they were concerned about. That's when they do that pelvic cage, is when you don't have enough bone. So, yeah. That's my story. I have another one, too. Almost drowned in my car. You had the burning pain? Burning pain? How do I describe that pain? I don't know if burning would be it. Sometimes it was like a piercing, almost like a stab. Sometimes it would be like a dull ache all the time. And sometimes it would be like a shooting, you know, pain. Yeah. And at the back is just a constant dull pain. You know, just a dull. I had shots in my back. I'll never do that again. That didn't last 3 days. Yeah. And very expensive. So I just use TENS units, or, you know, stuff like that. I do still, and when I had the surgeries, it lengthened my leg. How about that? I had to learn, the first time I had the first hip, I woke up and they got me up. I couldn't even walk because here I had this leg. It felt like I was dragging a cattail or something, because I had to learn to walk all over again. I had to have therapy, and she'd be behind me and she'd go, heel, because I had to learn how to use my, you know, how to walk. It was so funny. Yeah, it felt weird to have my legs the same length. And of course, over time with compression and all that, you know, I think I might be an inch different instead of 2. But everybody's got a one short leg, if you know it or not. It might not be but a ½ inch or a fourth of an inch or whatever, but at least mine's not 2 inches now. So see, you can be grateful for many things. I'm very grateful. Yeah, Mama's little church was out in the hallway. Oh, and another funny thing is my sister, who's like 12 years older than me, she said she can remember, it was a Catholic hospital. I was born in a Catholic hospital, and of course the hospital is still a Catholic hospital. It's still here today. All my kids were born in there. I think all my grandkids, all but one, was born in that hospital. But back in those days, this was 1947, the hospital wasn't but maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old maybe, and it was completely run by Catholic nuns. I mean, it was like They ruled the roost around that place. And my sister said she can remember the nuns walking around holding me and taking care of me. And sometimes they would even put me in their quarters so they could take care of me. It's a miracle I'm alive. I mean, it's totally a miracle I'm alive. Really. And I remember that every day. I'm very aware that, you know, I'm just a walking miracle. Yeah. We all have our stories, don't we? Everybody's got a story. I drove off into a road that was completely washed away that looked like it was there. I drove completely in it and then couldn't get out of my seatbelt. If my guy was taking home one of my employees, I was in the restaurant business in those days, and was taking my employee home because they were closing the town down because of the flood rain, right? But he lived on a very, very good road. I mean, and I asked him, I said, on your way to work, because he walked to work, and I wasn't going to let him walk in the rain, that pouring floody rain. I said, did you have any troubles on your road? He said, no, everything was good. So we're going down the road, you know, rain, oh my gosh. And I was in a rental car too, because mine was in the shop. Here's another story. I'm just rambling on. Anyway, driving along, we were talking, you know, and driving along, and all of a sudden, boom, like that. There was no road. The water had risen up, and it looked like the road. And I just went boom. And the car hit the other side of the embankment. That water was so strong that it lifted up the car. I can hear it right now. I can hear the metal creaking. It would lift it up and turned it around and just started throwing us that way. And you could hear it. You could hear that it was like rapid water and metal. Oh my gosh. Well, of course, we got to get out of here, we'd say. We got to get out of here. And so I don't even think I don't even think he even had his seatbelt on. I mean, I had my seatbelt on. It was one of those that was connected to the door. And so it would, you know, when you got in, it would come around you and, you know, like that. And so we rolled our windows down, right, to get out because we were going to push ourselves out. So roll the windows down. And of course, that muddy red water just started flooding the car. And I tried to get my seatbelt. It would not come undone. No matter what I did, that seatbelt would not come undone. I started pushing and shoving and trying to get out of there. He was already long gone, you know. The car just completely filled up with water. Completely. It's kind of red, muddy type, mucky water. Completely. And I remember taking my last big breath. And so I took this deep breath, went completely under, and it's true, your life just goes before your eyes. And I remember thinking, and I'll never forget how old I was. Gosh, that was 30 years ago. Because I said, they're going to read about this 42-year-old woman drowning in their local flood that they had, you know. That's what I was thinking. Of course, and I was thinking of my son. He was only in the 2nd grade. Yeah, it was horrible. And so I was just about out of air. And actually, I can still feel it. I started swallowing little bits of water. And I kept thinking, stop it. You know, I kept telling myself, stop swallowing. But the reflex, my throat reflex, just kept making me swallow. And I thought, oh, you know. So I just kind of, I don't know if you could call myself relaxed by all means, but I just kind of gave up struggling because I was like pushing so hard, and the current was so strong in that car that it sucked my shoes off for one thing, and then it completely ripped the bottom. It took the bottom of my pantyhose. I had pantyhose on. It just took the feet off my pantyhose. And it was cold and raining. Well, all of a sudden I hear him. He realized I was not coming out. And this is another story. In the restaurant, 2 days before, he found this super duper cool pocket knife that was very expensive. And so my then husband was the manager back there, and he asked him, he says, can I keep this knife that I found? And he says, you can keep it unless somebody asks for it, then you got to give it up. He said, okay. Well, he had that expensive knife in his pocket. That's what he cut my seatbelt with. Miracle. And so he cut my seatbelt, and the funny thing, I did one big push because I knew he was there. I did a push, and he grabbed me by the back of my coat, or I would have gone flying down the creek. I mean, it was just like that fast. We go rushing, and we grabbed onto some bushes, and there were thorny bushes, and we were just grabbing on, and I had nothing on my feet, and I kept trying to stay above water, and it was muddy and real soft, and stickers, and I didn't even care, because all I could think of was, thank you, sweet Jesus, thank you, sweet Jesus. I couldn't believe I was out. I just knew I was going to be dead. I knew it. I just couldn't believe it. So, but let me back up, because when the car went down, we thought we heard somebody yell, help. But of course we were too occupied. Well, come to find out, there was another girl who had just done that same thing. And she was hanging on to the same group of little spindly trees that we were hanging on to. She had a broken leg, I think. She ended up suing the city. I never did, but she sued the city. But anyway, all of a sudden, I don't know, it seemed like forever. I saw flashlights moving, towards us. Some people were coming, thank goodness. And I think this girl had been screaming bloody murder the whole time. We hadn't been screaming because we were still in the action, right? So they must have heard her screaming or something. But anyway, we're all there. And listen, I giggle now, but at the time I couldn't believe it. Here we were, thinking we were in the middle of this lake creek thing, that was flooded. We couldn't see anything. It was pitch black. I mean, pitch black. See these flashlights coming, swaying towards us, This man just walks into the water, picks me up. I don't know who he is today, but he picked me up, threw me over his shoulder like a bag of potatoes. I don't know how he did it. And walked us to their truck. I don't know how they did it. We weren't very far from the edge, and we didn't even know it. We didn't have any idea where we were, or where the bank was or anything. And they had blankets and stuff there for us, and then the ambulance came. But the next day, my purse was still in my car. My son's little He-Man toys were in the car, that kind of thing. And so my husband and Pat, the guy that I was taking home, they went back to see if they could find my purse. And the main reason for that is I had my only picture of my mother in there. I lost my mother when she was 50. And I had a little pinky ring that had a little diamond in, some diamonds in it, and one of the diamonds was missing. So I had that in my purse so I could take it to get fixed, right? And I don't take good pictures with me anymore because of that. Well, another story, I'm just rambling like crazy. Another story is my brother-in-law's first wife had passed away, and he still had some of her belongings and stuff years later. And my sister gave me this real leather purse. And at that time, I'd never had nothing real leather, so I had this real leather purse. That was the purse I was using that night, all zipped up. So Pat he was a Vietnam vet. And so, this is horrible, but back in Vietnam, when they were looking for their soldiers, they would take their shoes off and roll their pants up and then just walk like this in the mud, and that's how they would find bodies and stuff. Well, he started doing that, looking for my purse because it wasn't in the car. He found my purse. Open up that purse, not one drop of water, no red mud. Everything was just like it was before it ever went underwater. Can you believe that? Yeah, couldn't believe it. We lost my son's little He-Man toys. But anyway, my car was on CNN News the next day because it was horrible rain, torrential rains in that area, uncommon. My car was in there like this, nose down. You could see the headlights and everything. And I remember when we were hanging onto those bushes, I remember looking back like that, and Pat said, "Oh, I hope that car," because the car would have come we were right in the pathway of that car. And like I said, we didn't know where we were, so we could have walked to the bank if we'd have just known. But this car was like that, and the water was just going 95 miles an hour around it, Well, the next day, they came to get my car out of the creek. I remember I said there was another little girl that had gone before us. Her car was sitting upside down. I don't know if I can do it. Her car was sitting upside down. My car was wedged on her car. And that was what was keeping my car from crushing us. One little miracle after another. I swear. And there's been other things. Has it been 30 minutes? Surely I've been talking for 2 hours here. Has it been 30 minutes? I know, Tammy. I don't know why I told y'all all that stuff. I guess it needed to come out, huh? I didn't tell it for a long, long time. Oh, I'll tell you, that's something funny. Getting the ambulance, you know, and they take us all to the hospital, get us checked out, and I was coughing, you know, and I had red mud come out of every orifice of my body. I mean, for 2 weeks I had red mud oozing out. Yeah. Well, you know how your mama always says, now you always need to be sure that you've taken a bath, you've got clean underwear, and you've shaved your legs, you know. I always heard that. So I was laying there on the table, and they were cutting all my good clothes off of me, you know, and I said, you know what? That is brand spanking new, clean, new underwear. And I also shaved my legs. And they all started laughing. It's been 30 minutes? Okay. Let me see. We'll see if it'll come off now. Didn't mean to ramble on. Mercy days. But you know what? We've all got little stories in our lives, don't we? I got more than that, but that's the biggies. Alright. I'm getting ready for the new skin here. Woo! I can feel it already. Oh. I hear the pitter-pat of little feet. Can you see that already? I just love it when I do a mask because it just feels like it's a brand new surface. Brand spanking new. And like I said, if we didn't have so many environmental poisons, it would stay like that, you know? That we just soak it up. Uh-oh, it's a little wet there. Uh-oh. Oh, here, Chewy. Do you have any questions about the mask? I try to get it off in one little piece, but don't always do it. I would suggest, if you've never shaved your face, if you're hairy, I would suggest that you shave. Look, you can use one of these little things. They're called tinkles. See that? And you can just kind of shave the peach fuzz off, and it won't pull as much. All right. Oh, wow. Woo! Now, when I get all this off, I'm going to use some toner. And then put some moisturizer on. I think I'm going to use my rose stuff. Oh, Chewy's getting wound up. Do y'all know what sundowners is in the medical field? You ever heard of sundowners? Ooh, I got it in my hair. Oh, shoot. Sundowners, I don't know. When you get older and go to the hospital and they fill you up full of medicine and stuff, when the sun goes down, you go crazy. One time when I was in the hospital, walking down the hallway doing my work. See, I got it in my hair. Don't get it in your hair. Look at that. Yum. Get some of that off. Anyway, sundowners, they go nuts. And I was walking down the hallway, and this man was on a platform, butt naked, going crazy. He thought everybody was after him. And it was nothing in the world but medication and sundowners, they call it. Very common. Well, this dog gets sundowners. That's where I was going with that. This is my cellar again. I'm just kind of getting any of the little pieces that I might have missed. I'm going to use my toner. Now, ideally, when you do this, you want to wash your face with a cleanser first. Yeah, I didn't do that tonight because I wanted to show you the magic micellar. Okay. I think I got it. What? All right. I think I got the pieces anyway. Think. Woo! Squeaky clean. Acai. That's what that is. Complex. Gold mask. It's lovely, people. Full of antioxidants, vitamins. Let me use a little toner. Then I'll do the my rose elixir. Thank you, pharmacy. This is calendula face tonic. Face tonics, you know, are like pH balancers and stuff like that. I have a whole I can't even say it anymore. This stuff. I have a whole series. See that? Calendula. I thought it was calendula, but I was corrected. Calendula is easier to say than calendula. Okay, now let's do the my rose water. Did you know roses have antioxidants in it too and healing properties? Did you know that? Roses. I wish you could smell this stuff. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, yum. Now, Sharon, I know. What do you think about your rose series? Oh, was I not lying when I said it is heavenly? Ugh. Just the smell alone. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to sprinkle all this stuff on my bed. What do I do with my little... Oh, there it is. Woo! I am going to hit the hay here pretty quick. I got to get up. 5 o'clock is mighty early. I will look at the comments in just a second. I know you think I'm not gonna, but I am. Let me get finished, and then I'll look at my comments. Answer your questions. This is the Rose Elixir. Rose Elixir. Oh. Yummy. I can just almost feel it soaking up. Yippee! Energized. Now, I could actually use my rose moisturizer. I could actually use, if I wanted to, I could use the Age Reversist moisturizer. You can mix them. But I'm going to go ahead and use the rose moisturizer. The last thing I'll put on will be my eye cream. And then we'll be ready for bed. Now, you know, it takes nano minutes to do all this normally, but I've just been talking and visiting and running my mouth, right? If you want to know the price of any of this stuff, let me tell you what, it's out of this world. Do the back of your hands, too. Your hands age. Okie dokie. Eye cream, and then we'll be done. And just takes a little dab will do ya. Probably it would be a good idea. I don't think I was running my mouth, so I wasn't paying attention. But normally I would not put my moisturizer under here. I would save that space for this eye cream. This is Age Reversist. And then I'm going to press it and pat it. Press it and pat it first. Press and pat it. And I'm going to go up here too. I want to kind of let that soak for a minute. Thank goodness I don't have real bad crow's feet. Excuse me. I am noticing a little dark area right here, which I didn't have a couple of years ago. But I don't have a really bad crow's feet. My stuff is more right in here. Then after you get it in, then you can massage it in. You really want to massage right here too. Blood flows through there, and so you need to massage that in there. It really feels good to do that too. Helps with puffiness. You know, if you get bags under your eyes and it's puffy, just massage it. These little, let's see if mine's handy. This little thing right here, this little tool. I have a jade roller in my freezer, but I can never remember to do it because my freezer's across the house, right? But this little thing right here is like stainless, and you watch me get red. That's how cold it is. But you just massage this area. It's right underneath your iris, right there. Okay, that's where the blood flows, right in here, and you just kind of massage it. You'll see it get red, and it's really good to do what I just did. You put your cream, whatever it is you're going to use, and then massage it in. Really good. You can see I got it red. That's okay. And this wasn't even in the refrigerator. This is just naturally. I don't know what it's made out of. Stainless? I don't know. Yeah. We should do a, not the jade roller. We could do the jade roller, but, oh, I can't think of the name of it. Where is my stuff? Oh, well, now I can't find it even. I don't know what I did with it. Microderm. We could do that one of these days. We poke little holes in your face. All right, I'm all done. That was fun. I didn't mean to run my mouth like crazy. Everybody probably left. Calendula. There you go. Calendula. Yes, that rose stuff is wonderful. Thank you so much for everybody coming. Thank you, Celine. I try to do all of my lives. Everything I do, I try video or lives or whatever. I try to put them on my YouTube. Actually, I put them on my YouTube so I can save room on my phone. You know, because I do everything from my phone. What did you have, Guadalupe, that never goes away? See, I've been talking so long, I don't even know what you guys are saying. Burning pain. Oh, you're talking about pain? Oh, yeah. Guadalupe, years ago, I found out that they invented the hip surgery for arthritis patients. Listen to that dog. This house is crazy. Hi, Anita. Tanya, hello everybody. Yeah, vision. Woo. Good, Peggy. I think about you often, girl. Hi, Claudia. I don't know if these people are even still here. Hello, everybody. You're an hour ahead of me. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I've answered everything. If I didn't answer your questions or whatever, you can just message me. You know where to find me, right? You know where to find me. When I'm at work, I'm not supposed to have my phone, but I do kind of check it every once in a while. You know, just look. I have to. Yes. Well, you guys go to www.marshaholland.com. Look up all my products that I use. You'll be amazed. You'll be shocked. Actually, you'll be shocked at the prices. And I was shocked. I'm still shocked. I'm still blown away. That's why I word vomit on everybody. I can't help it. Unbelievable stuff. All right, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go brush my teeth and go get horizontal. I love you guys. Thank you. Marsha Holland, Glam Memo, signing out. Bye. See you later.